Welcome back to the Fixed Ops Roundtable. I'm Sarah Vantine, and I have with me some very special guests, Ed Roberts, Tully Williams, and another person that I'm excited to announce, Marco, one of the most famous technicians. Ted, you wanted to ask some questions?
Sarah, I would say arguably Marco Zwanenburg has become the most famous technician in America. Marco, on behalf of the Fixed Ops Roundtable, we want to thank you for all that you've done and take us back to just a couple of years ago, how the Roundtable got started, because you were extremely instrumental in making that happen.
Right, thank you, Ted. First of all, it's been a pleasure to work with all you guys and see this grow to where it's become. First of all, you want to get something done, take me out to lunch, but no pizza. Ted will tell you all about that. Funny enough, it was in April, I believe, of 2019 that Ted and I, we just got started on LinkedIn. And he texted me, hey, I'm going to be in Orlando. How far of a drive is that for you? Since I live in Naples. I'm like, a few hours, I'll come up and meet you. So we did. We had lunch, we talked about the business, and we came up with this thing called the Round Table. Well, we didn't really know it was going to be the Round Table at that point, but a group of industry professionals working with industry professionals. So basically, all of us from all ranks, F&I, sales, service, parts, talking with each other and sharing our knowledge and our passion for the industry, the dealerships, and how can we just make it all better? How can we make everything flow? And here we are, 4 years later, Ted, back in Orlando.
Sarah, what Marco hasn't mentioned is that when we got together for lunch a little over 4 years ago in Orlando, Florida, I was kind of on the fence with doing this whole roundtable thing. Marco, I had told you that I wasn't sure that people would even come to such an event.
And they did. And in March. Oh, they keep coming. Remember the first little one in your office in New York?
Yep. So Marco Zwanenburg flew up to New York in May of 2019. We held the first Fixed Ops Roundtable in my boardroom. And that was the very beginning of what has become now many, many, many events. And Marco, if it's okay, I want to ask Tully. Tully, how did you become involved with the Roundtable after that?
You know, when I saw that first one, it was in New York, so it was pretty far from us on the West Coast. He luckily came out to the West Coast, and your second one was in Beverly Hills. And Ted and I go way back to our John Anderson Chevrolet, where he came in and trained us on his walk-around process in the driveway. And it was super excited to see him back in there. And I'm thinking, oh, my God, I got to get to this. We did some messaging. He invited me down for that great event, and it was a lot of fun. I got the best work. I got the best speech award, which I was so happy about.
The very first best practice award that Tully Williams won. And Marco, another thing is that I invited Tully to speak, but when he got up there and started talking, I wasn't sure who he was because I had never seen this type of energy and charisma from Tully Williams.
You know, spot on. Hours is what it's all about. As you know, we look at our technicians like Marco's, is that we are here to help drive hours, and that was my message so long ago. And look at today, how you're showing off the Fixed Ops department, starting on these roundtables. It is just an unbelievable job, Ted, and can't thank you enough.
And you became involved maybe an event or two later in Las Vegas. Tell us about that.
I was on a podcast. I was frequently on a podcast with Owen Moon. And at that time, you was known as Mr. Social. and then that podcast, Owen says, have you ever met Ted? And I said, Mr. Social? And he said, yes. And, no, I haven't. 10 minutes later, I'm on the phone with Mr. Social himself. And the rest has been history. I was at the one in Las Vegas, the last one that was live before we got struck with the COVID bug. Mm-hmm. And then we converted and switched to digital, and it's just been ongoing from there.
Yeah, so we're very grateful to Owen Moon for the introduction to you, Ed Roberts, and that's when you first came out. And Sarah, as I recall, that was the very first time that you and I met as well.
Yes, it was. It was a LinkedIn message from Roger Conant, actually, that really connected us and had that event. And it's funny because Ed and Tully and I had met each other in Orlando before at a Fixed Ops conference. And then it was really amazing to get to connect with them again at the Fixed Ops Roundtable. And it's been so exciting to see the developments and how it's grown.
So, Marco, Tully has a saying that he wants his technicians to go home rich and tired, all right? What opportunities have come up for you with the Roundtable professionally and personally in the last several years?
Well, as you remember that little video you asked me to make what has the roundtable done for you. On one hand, and this is where the two hands came in. On one hand, professionally, I'm still fixing cars, saving the world one car at a time. On the other hand, the roundtable has given me the opportunity to become the voice of technicians all over the country. What is keeping us down? What is irking us? And it's been things that people didn't think about. It's not the money. I've said that, and it blew the mind of some people. It's not, you can pay me $1,000 an hour. If I need pills to get to work in the morning, not doing it. Culture, guys. We talk about that.
Yes, we do.
Support, everything that comes through it. So for me, it has become such an instrumental part of my life at the Fixed Ops Roundtable to carry the message from technicians and make it better for technicians, managers, the dealership, everything all together.
And Tully, Marco's work on the roundtable has led to panels that include technicians and best practices for technicians. And it's really, I think, helped elevate the technician in our industry.
We needed that voice. A lot of times you have managers talking about do this, do that. But you know what? Having a voice of a technician talking about the hardship they do, right? They're in the shop, busting their knuckles every day, trying to produce those hours, do those great diagnoses, of course, great tech videos and inspections, and make those recommendations that we'd sell our family members. It all starts with a technician, and it's so great to have Marcos be that voice to talk about that side of the business. And of course, Ted, make sure we can talk about it at the Fixed Ops Roundtable.
Ed, talk to us a little bit about technicians and the importance of them having a voice. I know it's something that you do second nature at Bozard Ford Lincoln, but talk to us industry-wide about the technicians as well.
Well, we're in retail, and retail we have inventory, and inventory for our service departments is our technicians. It's the hours that they bring to the table, and we need to be engaged with our inventory. We need to be connected with them. We need to understand what makes them tick, what their purpose is. And if we understand what their purpose is, then we can enhance their elements at work.
Yeah, I love it.
I know, Ed, you're spot on. I think that if you talk about, when you look at a fixed ops department and you talk about hours every day, which I do, probably too much, but what it does is it focuses everybody on the inventory, like Ed said. We sell hours. Parts helps us sell hours, right? But without everybody to do their job, we can't sell those hours. So it really starts with the technician showcasing that capacity, showcasing their abilities to make those great recommendations and diagnoses, and then showing those wins at your store, which means the parts department, the service department, everybody at the store wins.
Tying it all together.
Tie it all together. Spot on.
And Sarah, the conversation has evolved so much. I'm amazed. Tully, at his recent pop-up event, one of the things we did with the technicians was focus on those recommendations, on the videos that technicians send out to the customers and improving those. So Sarah, I think the sky is the limit where we go with the technicians and getting them involved with these events.
Oh, absolutely. And it's so exciting to have a voice like Marco's representing so many different facets of the service department and the need for our customers to have better experiences too.
Where does that voice come from there, Marco?
Well, this cute little... Originally, this voice hailed from the Royal Kingdom of the Netherlands. To be exact. And no, I do not have wooden shoes.
Yes.
Yet.
Well, I'm excited to see Ed and Marco and Tully where this goes. It continues to evolve. Marco, we're very grateful to you for helping start the Fixed Ops Roundtable, one of the founding members in getting it started.
It just needed a kickstart. I mean, we did it.
Yeah, and here we are again.
Here we are.
Yeah. And you know what, Tully and Ed and Sarah, I'm grateful to all of you because you helped us take us through a very difficult period in the automotive retail industry. So on behalf of the entire retail community, thank you for all that you do.
Well, Ed, you brought Fixed Ops to the top, and I tell you, you have done an incredible job for all of us here today to talk about Fixed Ops and make it Fixed Ops great again. And can't thank you enough.
Absolutely.
Ed Roberts, everybody, Marco Zwanenburg, Sarah Vantine, Tully Williams here at the Fixed Ops Roundtable. Stay with us. We have a lot coming up here at the third pop-up event at the Fixed Ops Roundtable.